go for that.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And with the trade last season, Rivers became the first son ever to play for his father. His dad, of course, being Doc Rivers. And guys, what a strange rookie campaign for Dougie McBuckets. I mean, he entered the draft as a polished sharpshooter. The Bulls traded up in the first round to get him, and he ended up playing 9 minutes a game over the course of last season.
And on the topic of Doug McDermott, one of the most decorated college players in recent history, and Clark, you called a lot of his games.
Yeah, enjoyed watching him play. I still think he has a bright future. Just never found any real rhythm. Averaged only 3 points a game. But he didn't get much playing time, so look for him to bounce back in the years going forward.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Gasol. Mirotic comes in for Portis. Justin Holiday's checked in for Ejuan Moore. And Brooks subbed in for Rose. Count that one. 9 points for Nikola Mirotic.
He's not going to miss many of those, if any. Not when he's got that much room.
Crawford outside. Can't get it to go. Great defense that time from Noah. The Bulls leading by 6. McDermott with it. Now Pierce defending. Brooks the pass to McDermott. Noah kicks to Holiday. The rebound by Pierce. Pierce has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Rivers dishes to Crawford. They kick it out to Green. The 3. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
They've raised their field goal percentage just above 50% here. They actually look like a totally different team than what we saw in the first half. Much better execution offensively.
Here's Noah, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And Kevin, plays like that, really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Clark, look at them. They are really into it.
Yeah, they sure are. That's a little salt in the wound there. I mean, they take a miss and turn it into one of the plays of the game. That hurts.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Jordan, he's checked in for Aldridge. Johnson comes in for Pierce. And it's Paul in for Rivers. Brooks, the pass to Noah. Holiday inside the line. Noah kicks to Brooks. Here's McDermott. The shot is off, and the Clippers will go the other way with it. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Paul outside. Holiday with the block. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday. 5 to shoot. They double team Johnson. It's Jordan on the wing for the tie. But they recover it. No good. And the game still close. We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The 4th quarter of action getting started. Here's Paul. So for the Clippers right now, inside it's Griffin and Jordan. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. And it's Green in at the 3 spot.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And guys, anytime it's real tight, you're looking for something that could be potentially a momentum builder. And that's exactly what that play looks to be. And he's just going all out to get the second chance points. Just a terrific finish.
There was no one that was going to prevent MGA from converting that one.
Well, clearly this is the kind of game that could come down to 1 or 2 plays, and he wants to be the guy to make those plays. You know, guys, one of the things that is always going to keep you competitive against the West is a good defense. It's one reason why the Bulls tend to be a tougher matchup for teams from the West, because they do D up.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
Paul kicks to Griffin. Shoots from the elbow. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Griffin's got 4 points this quarter.
key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
Butler in the corner. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. And 12 points for Butler.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
Jordan the screen. Redick inside the line. The rebound by Gibson. Gibson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Rose, good. And the Bulls lead by 7.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. I mean, might as well make those adjustments right away.
For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, I know, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, Doc Rivers was just addressing the plan with his team. The three-pointers obviously have been hurting them, and he told his players, we've simply got to play them tighter on the perimeter. We can't afford to give them these wide-open looks. Kevin?
And thank you for that, Doris. And that one's good.
And with Thibs, he did end up getting fired from the Bulls this past season. Some saw it coming, but still, I think surprising given the level of success he had. His imprint is all over this Bulls team in the way they approach the game.
And when you look at how Thibs got fired, I mean, there are a lot of reasons why a coach can be let go. I mean, he didn't have any performance issues, but apparently clashed in some form or fashion with the front office. Sometimes that's all it takes to be asked to go somewhere else.
You know, you work hard all season, Greg, to try and get into the playoffs, then get a favorable first-round matchup. How about the Clippers last year? Followed those steps. They're rewarded with the first-round matchup against the defending champions of the league, the San Antonio Spurs.
And not only were the Spurs the defending champions, but they came in playing terrific basketball down the stretch, which is kind of what they are noted for. And the Clippers, though, did well, even though that was the case. How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time. Boy, I tell you, it was a tough road for the Clippers in the playoffs. They get by the Spurs in round 1 in a 7-game emotional series, then immediately have to go up against the Rockets in round 2.
Griffin sets the screen for Paul. And Griffin, here we go. Outside Butler. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And we all remember the Clippers would go up 3-1 against the Rockets. They had that 19-point lead in the fourth quarter of Game 6, but couldn't hold on to it and lose Game 7. And it was one of the biggest series collapses, really, in postseason history.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off during the run.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're ahead by 6. There's 1:54 left in the fourth. So for the Bulls, Mirotic comes in for Pau Gasol, and it's Rose in for Brooks. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for the Clippers. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. Gibson dishes to Rose. Butler from outside. It's rebounded by Paul. Clippers trail by 6. And Butler sends it back. And oh, here we go. Dunleavy's got it, the fast break chance. Rose passes to Mirotic. And again, Chicago, no good. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's his third foul of the game. And the Clippers call time here. They trail by 6. 1:27 left to play here in the fourth. Clippers trail by 6. Crawford kicks to Paul. Here's Jordan. It's deflected. In transition, here come the Bulls. Butler from outside. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Crawford's got his third rebound tonight. This is to Griffin. And he banks in the layup. Griffin's got 12 points here in the second half.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Crawford with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. Crawford leading the charge. And Baamute can't get it to go. Chicago with the ball. They've led by as many as 14 points. Mirotic's shot is off.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Here's Griffin. Count it!
You know what? Griffin's got him falling in right now, that's for sure.
And I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
You know, I think that's probably a smart move.
I think so, too. There's the dish to Butler. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here.
And you know what? Just a little too much heat on that pass for him to come up with the steal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was going to be a tough catch for either one of them.
On defense, the Clippers. Rose kicks to Mirotic. Here's Dunleavy. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're down by 3. We've got 22 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Griffin. Mirotic grabs the miss, and now they decide to foul intentionally.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure, it's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time.
Major missed opportunity. That should have been game over, guys.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're down by 3. There's 14 seconds left in the game.
And a chance here to send it to overtime.
Got to see the 3 and be the 3 if that's going to happen.
It falls!
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Here is Rose. They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point. He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 2. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. There's Crawford with the 3. Off target from downtown. And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as Clark, they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal.
Yep, and it might not be the way a coach would have drawn it up or wanted it to end, but these fans loved it.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, a nice win for you tonight, Joakim. What was the attitude of the team coming into this game and just in general?
Yeah, we played hard tonight. We're getting better. We just got to keep going. You know, it's a work in progress, and you know, we just got to keep fighting, and get as many W's as possible.
Congratulations.
The 2K Sports postgame show.